Welcome to the ArredoCAD Designer presentation. Together with me in these 30 minutes more or less, we will discover the functions of ArredoCAD. Before we begin, I would like to introduce my company, Dynamica Software. Dynamica Software is a software house that has been operating in the sector for many years, that have allowed to gain a great deal of experience, and that through research and development in the creation of a software such as ArredoCAD will allow you to create your projects in the shortest possible time. In this window, we have a direct connection to us. Via ArredoCAD channel, you can immediately access the video tutorials that are quick guides, such as ArredoCAD in 5 steps and the tips and tricks that allow you to get to know so much about our software in a short time. You will also find the online manual with a summary of all the information. In addition, you also have the opportunity to contact directly our technical service to request assistance for your project by clicking on Support. Let's see together how to use the program. I'm going to open a new project. The header mask, I would say, does not need much explanation. It is extremely intuitive. All this data can be entered at any time and will help you both when searching for your project and when printing in your title block. With ArredoCAD, you can create a plan from scratch, or you can import over a plan into DWG or DXF format. You can also change the scale and exclude layers that you don't need. Millimeters are the unit of measurement that are available in the software. Once you have imported the plan, you can then proceed with the creation of the 3D plan. You can find out how to do it in the video manual, in the online video manual, which is a summary of all the commands that you will find in the program. By simply indicating a keyword for your command, you will find immediately the related video. You can create a plan from scratch and choose the thickness and height of the walls. You can establish the direction and insert the length of the wall using the keyboard. You can also change the angle to create out-of-square walls. You will continue until you finish the plan. Just as easily, you can create partition walls by inserting the distance and the measures of the walls. You can remove these walls at any time in an extremely simple way and rebuild them, of course, with the same simplicity. Once the plan has been completed, you have to determine to which wall you will match the elements. What you see is the elements list, which is only a part of the objects that you will find in ArredoCAD, such as doors and windows, architectural elements such as stairs, ceiling beams, vaults, appliances, constraints such as sockets, switches, electrical panels. Let's insert a French window, for example. You can choose the folder and a preview will appear. As you can see, there are a lot of elements. You can choose the object you need and you can decide to position it, whether in plan or in elevation view. You will also be able to choose what you want. You can optionally decide to change graphic or technical data using the helping windows that the program proposes. If you need to insert the same element twice, you can do it by establishing how and where to position it. There are different element options in the program. Depending on the object you have selected, such as in this case the window, you can return to the previous mask and modify the choices made previously. You can choose to modify the handles, for example, and much more. As already mentioned, in the ArredoCAD list, you will find an infinite number of elements. Let's insert this opening. You can choose whether to use the helping functions of the program or not. You can make changes at any time. All ArredoCAD objects are parametric, which means that you can change the length, the depth, and even the height. It is easy to work with ArredoCAD because with a simple click you can enter your 3D space, navigate, and even choose the graphic quality to be applied. Let's see how to insert a floor. You can choose this floor, for example. If you have to upload your own material, you can do this by simply having a photo. You can decide the origin point, the direction of the layout, and whether you want to place it at a height above zero, such as with a mezzanine or a raised floor. Let's now open the catalogs available in ArredoCAD. Here you will find our partner companies, such as Parada, Bowline, Molteni, Catalan, and many others. You can choose different models in the generic ArredoCAD archive, and you can see the related previews. These choices can be always changed. Then you can change the measures of one or more parts of the elements that are contained in the archive. You can do it now or later. You can also define the colors of different components of the kitchen. You can see that there are many categories of colors, all grouped according to matte and glossy. You can also choose among many types of wood available. If you have your own material, you can upload it to the ArredoCAD archive. You also have the possibility to choose from all these types of modern and traditional doors. In the list, you will now find all objects of the catalog that I have chosen to open, that is, the kitchen. You can decide the measures of the object before insertion, as well as the opening direction. As you can see, all the elements are grouped by folders. So what you can see is just to find the object and insert it. In addition to base units, you can also insert tool units. You can change the measures of the elements at any time. It is easy to work with ArredoCAD because the elements are grouped by folders. Once you have found the object, you can position it and modify it. You can complete your kitchen by inserting a hood of our partner companies, such as Elica, Faber, Falper. These are also grouped by subfolders. You can insert your element, center it, and align it to the other objects or even to the wall. In the Elements list of ArredoCAD, you can find all what you need to design your kitchen, such as the worktop. You can choose the type of worktop and select the color of the material to be applied. You can use the automatic insertion or enter the measures of the worktop manually. In the same way, I can also insert the plinth. As well as the upstand. You can find a wide range of sinks. You can choose a sink, then the material and where to place it. You can also insert a tap. You can insert some appliances, and you can determine the type of a hob, for example, as well as the measures the model, and of course the position. Everything in ArredoCAD can be customized. You can change the choices made and decide what you want to customize. Let's apply changes to the whole kitchen. You can also customize only a group of elements. Or you can modify something else, such as the handle. You can determine the size, the model, and the material. You can also delete handles from a group of elements. You can also change all the measures of the kitchen units by using the measures of a manufacturer. You can save this configuration and it will remain stored in ArredoCAD, so you can always recall it. ArredoCAD has been designed to speed up your work, such as inserting the electrical equipment, gas and plumbing installation automatically. You can customize it with a simple click, changing values and colors. You can do everything. The constraints are objects, so I can move them and customize them. They will also be automatically assigned to a layer that you can hide and freeze. As to layers, you can manage them very easily in ArredoCAD. You can assign layers at any time and with a simple click. In ArredoCAD, you can assign layers to almost every item excluding walls. You can even assign layers to measurements. You can also add a description and assign them a layer. In ArredoCAD, you can assign measurements to each element, also choosing the type of measurements. It is also possible to insert a continuous measurement. It is also very easy to insert a backsplash. You can choose the type of tile, set the measurements, whether to apply a joint or an offset. You can draw the perimeter, and with 2 simple clicks apply it to the wall. You can apply the cladding of your choice on several walls at the same time. It is easy to work with ArredoCAD, and you can also color walls, choosing from the Windows color set or from the vast archive that is contained in ArredoCAD. You can also import your own material. You just need an image in JPEG or BMP format. You can load it and save it in ArredoCAD. You can save all colors in the archive so that you can also use them for future projects. It is possible to apply this modification directly from the 3D window. You can apply this customization to any object. Let's choose the library of a partner company, such as Molteni, for example. By opening the library, you can find the objects of this manufacturer and insert them into the scene. And now let's open another library. In the list you can find the elements of the living room. You can customize also this element, changing the length. You can move objects and you can also copy them, inserting the number of copies. You will always find helping functions in the program. You can customize the elements using these functions. Or importing your own materials in ArredoCAD. You will find in this folder special 3D objects. This object, for example, is a normal television. If you move in a 3D space, it has an animation effect. You can also create elements, for example, a false ceiling, with simple clicks and using the keyboard. You can also choose a thickness for your object, or the distance from the floor. In addition to this tool, you will also find the function that will allow you to easily create a 3D element, such as this table. Let's insert the wallpaper. I can insert the height, choose the wallpaper among the partner companies that collaborate with us, such as Glamora, Migliorino, Skinwall, Texture, and Wall Deco. And I can apply it. As already mentioned, in ArredoCAD you can find lots of design items of all kinds. The fact that there are so many 3D elements does not mean that you cannot import new ones. ArredoCAD allows you to import files created with the 3D Studio in OBJ or SKP format, as well as the 3D DWG. You can choose a 3D element, save it in your archive, which can be customized at any time by saving all your folders and all your 3D elements. With ArredoCAD, you have also the option of inserting a skirting board. You can choose from all the materials we offer. You could also take the same floor that you inserted in the scene, or use the color that you have given to the walls. ArredoCAD will insert it automatically. It is easy to use ArredoCAD and it is easy to set lighting too. In the list you will find a number of objects that emit light, as in this case the spot. You can also see it emitting light in the 3D window. You can change the color using also the Kelvin degrees. You can change the projection of the light. In the list I can also find these polygons, easy to use because they emit light in a specific direction. The one I chose emits light downwards. Since it is an object, you can also change the measures. You can also see it in real time in the 3D window. I can change the intensity with a simple click. You can also load a background. You only need an image. Once loaded, you can set it. Another useful tool that you will find in the program for presenting projects is the player. Let's name the file and launch it. You can move around the space. You can modify the settings of lights, such as artificial light, changing both the intensity and the color. You can also adjust other lights, such as sunlight, with just a few clicks. You can choose a video, for example, adjust the volume of your TV, and all these motion effects. You can, for example, open and close doors and drawers. You can save everything you set in the player and choose the quality. You can stop the scene at any time, as well as delete it and export it, also to the visor for virtual reality. We have seen the player. Now let's see Deluxe, which is a ArredoCAD rendering engine. Just set what you need, like for example the camera type, which can be perspective, 360 view or architectural. Anyway, let's start rendering. It was very simple to change lighting. With the Deluxe you will realize it is very easy to modify lighting. You can change any kind of light, natural light, artificial light. You can save images when rendering. You can also change the point of view while rendering. This gives you the possibility of creating different points of view and to save them. As already mentioned, with Deluxe you can also create renders with 360 view. This is an example of a render created with 360 view. I can use this combining it with the Virtual Tour 360, which is what you are seeing right now. Through the Virtual Tour 360 you can create links between rooms. You can create links to images, such as the representation of the new condition and the current condition. You can also upload a floor plan and with a simple click switch from one room to another. You can also create links to images, sounds, videos and direct links to your suppliers' websites. Once you have created your virtual tour, you can send to your customer the link so they can access it from their smartphone, tablet or any other device. You can print everything you create with ArredoCAD, choosing for example floor plans, elevation views, with or without scale, with the same scale or a different one, with or without header, the logo, as well as the information found within your title block. You can also create your layout, simply inserting it in your print area. You have the option of editing them, and you can also add external images. As you can see, you can insert anything you want, including text and measurements. You can also edit the title block. Everything you have created with ArredoCAD can be printed either in black and white or in color. Please note that you can request a 30-day free trial of ArredoCAD. Once you have entered your data, you will be sent codes via email to activate your license for 30 days. In addition to the use of the program, you can always contact us to receive free phone or online support. Also on our website, you can chat with our technical department via our web chat. It only remains for me to thank you for your attention and to wish you a good day and good work.